What is going on, my guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Garrett with Game by the Beach, and as you saw in the title and the thumbnail, we are talking about the new update. If you guys don't know, Rush Royale, the devs, the community managers, whatever you want to call them, they don't have a Twitter, but they do have a Facebook. So they post things on Facebook. So if you want extra information, they post things there. Honestly, they keep up to date pretty well. They post pretty regularly, at least once or maybe twice a week. But they just released yesterday a little update on, not to the game, but to what's going on in the game. Okay, so you can see it here on the screen. It says, hey, what's next? I'll just read it to you guys. Our team is now working on a version 3.0, and we plan to release it in the first fortnight of February. If you guys don't know, fortnight, that's 14 days. Here are the main new features that we plan to introduce. So the first one, 4 brand new units and balancing changes to the existing units. So that's exactly what we were talking about. Okay, 4 new units, awesome. Hopefully they're not trash units that we can actually put into the game. Because right now, there's maybe 10 to 12, maybe 15 cards that you can actually use in this game with a high success rate, and the rest of the cards you pretty much just can't. They're just unusable. Oh, and obviously the gameplay in the background, it's not live. This is just me playing co-op this morning when I was making the coffee. But balancing changes, that's a huge one. So not exactly sure. It hasn't been released what balancing changes they are looking to do, but that's really, really good for us, right? So maybe they're going to nerf the Inquisitor, maybe the Shaman. That's what we've been begging for. Honestly, I care less about nerfing those cards as much as I care about buffing the cards that stink. I would love to see some common cards and really the bad legendaries that are just so trash, that are unusable in this game. I would love to see a buff, just so instead of having 15 cards, because there's a lot of cards in this game. There's a lot of cards and they're all pretty cool, but a lot of them aren't usable. You really can't use them. So really excited about those balancing changes and the 4 new units. I'm excited to see what they got. The second thing, a new boss, the Puppeteer. I know literally nothing about the Puppeteer. Put in the comments what you think maybe it could be, what that means, what kind of whatever. We just figured out what to do with all these bosses. People are still trying to figure out what to do with Tribunal. So I'm excited to see this new Puppeteer and go through that mode of what the heck am I doing and how do I counter this, because it's a bit of fun, and then you can kind of learn and and grow. So I'm down for that. And then new amazing emojis to express your feelings in battle. Love that. I would love some more emojis to emote at my partners. Hopefully they're not all super toxic or not all used for super toxicity. But love that. Love that there's new emotes. So then it says many other new features and improvements besides that. Shortly after version 3.0 goes live, we plan to release version 3.1 that will introduce a new and exciting competitive event. So new game mode. So down for the new game mode. So down for the new game mode. Excited for that. Version 3.1, it doesn't say when that's going to be released, but clearly these devs are working really hard. They're working really hard. And then it just says, in our next posts, we plan to disclose more details about the update and its new features, so please stay tuned. Okay, down. Yeah, that's kind of doesn't need to be said. And then says, hey, what about clans? So this is the big question. What about the clans? As we have often mentioned in our replies to our comments, and the development of such a huge, important new feature requires an enormous amount of time, so we could continue to work on this feature, and we'll be able to introduce it later, yada, yada, yada. We will soon open a special channel on Discord server. It doesn't actually put the Discord server there. I think they're kind of going by the seat of their pants right here. And we will invite you to share your suggestions and ideas for the future clan system in the game. Okay, so clans have been in so many other games, all right? We're not really worried about having a totally new and unique clan system in the game, right? We just want a basic friends list, be able to play with the people you want to play in co-op, and then have some sort of a clan system so that there's a common goal, some sort of sense of camaraderie, right? The biggest thing here is, I don't know, the way that they're saying this is, hey, like, yeah, we know clans, we're working on it, like, lay off. It's kind of bizarre to me. So I said this in the last update video. Why even put those grayed out sections in the game if you don't want us asking about clans? Don't put those, you're teasing us, right? Why even put that in the game if you're not currently done with it? I figured they were like pretty close to being done with clans and implementing it into the game, and maybe they were just like trying out the game first, and then they were going to implement clans a little bit later. But it sounds like they're still working on the clans because they're saying they're still open to suggestions. So I'm still pretty curious about that. But that's the only thing I'm really worried about. Not worried, but I really wanted to bring up is just that it doesn't sound like they're done with clans. So hopefully it really does happen soon. But this update's going to be in the first 2 weeks of February. So I guess that's kind of when the season resets anyway. So this whole season will be exactly what we're working with right now with the balancing changes, strong Inquisitor, strong Shaman, everything like that. But all in all, I'm really excited about what they're doing. All right, I absolutely love this game. I'm going to continue to play this game for a long time. I can't wait for clans and a friends list and things like that. That's going to be so much fun. But every time they do an update with new cards, with balancing changes, updates, new bosses, I absolutely love that. And clearly they're trying really hard. It just sounds like they put it out too soon almost and are having a hard time keeping up with everybody liking this game so much. And obviously I'm assuming they're going to fix those bugs and everything. They actually didn't say that they're going to fix any of the bugs, which the merging glitch didn't even come up in this update. So that's something that is a little bit worrisome. But other than that, I'm pretty excited about this update. I'm glad that they're trying to listen to us. But follow them on Facebook if you don't know, because like a bunch of us have been saying, you know, they should have a Twitter so we know what's up. But they have a Facebook, so it just seems like they're a little bit behind in the times. But that's okay. But let's finish out this co-op game, and we'll talk a little bit more about the update. Okay, let's finish out this co-op game here. You can see it. We are at Wave 23, and we're playing with our boy Dust RL, and we're having a bit of fun. So I'm playing the Zealot deck. It's basically the same deck that I run on the ladder, except it doesn't have Summoner, and it doesn't have Boreas. So it's basically Zealot spam with Shaman to try and level up my partner as much as possible. But we'll just kind of go through this. We're at Wave 24. I don't think we go... I mean, I don't know how far we go, actually. I did play this morning, but I kind of forget. But yeah, I'm super excited about this update. There's a lot of different things that we're going to have to start talking about in terms of, you know, what do you think the Puppeteer is going to be? They do have a picture up. Actually, I probably used it as my thumbnail. The picture up of what the update is going to be. So I think one of those bosses is one of those images is probably the boss. A couple of those little units are probably the 4 units, right? So let me know what you guys think in terms of what each card is going to be. What do you think the Puppeteer is going to do? I'm assuming the Puppeteer is going to move our units some sort of way. Maybe they're going to like animate them in a certain way to where you don't have control of them or something like that. That could be really kind of cool. I don't know how they would do that exactly, but it should be pretty cool. I'm definitely excited for the update coming up, and I'm really excited for when clans are going to come out, whenever that might be. But that's probably the only thing I'm a little bit disappointed about, because they pretty much haven't told us anything about it. They said that it's on their radar and that they're working on it. But and they basically said, you know, it's a really big update and it's really hard to do, or like takes a lot of work. But like, yeah, guys, but like, it's in your game. You know, clans is a part of this mobile gaming community now. Mobile gaming, what you're supposed to do. So hopefully they implement it pretty soon. But right here, I'll just tell you kind of how I'm playing this deck, because it's a lot of fun to play this deck. And basically, I've got Harlequin and Mime. So I only use the Mimes to spam out Shamans, and I only use the Harlequins to spam out Priestesses. And the reason behind that is, if you spam out a Shaman with a Mime, it does the exact same thing. It's a full health Shaman that goes across the board and levels up your teammate. However, if you use a Mime with a Priestess, you only get half the profit. So you only get 80 rather than the 160 profit in mana. But if you combine it with a Harlequin, the Priestess that is, you get the full, because it's a Priestess and a Priestess. But right here, we're going up against the Bedlam, Wave 30, always tough, always tricky. But my man got his down to 132 before he made his first switch, which is crazy. He is running the Inquisitor deck with Boreas, really strong. I do have a rank 5 Zealot trying super hard. We took it out before he actually switched us again, so I gave him a little thumbs up right there. I'm pretty excited about. And Dust RL, we weren't communicating a whole ton back and forth to each other, but a little bit. So this dude's the homie, and we're still chilling right here. So you can see I'm combining out my Mimes with my Shamans. I guess I could have combined my Shamans right there. There we go. We combine it out. Combine out some more Shamans, and it feels so good, because in PvP, I'm kind of past the idea of feeling bad with my deck because everyone up here is really, really good. And I'm no longer winning every single game against people that don't have these legendary cards. However, when you play Shaman on co-op, you just feel so good because every single little move is helping your opponent, not opponent, helping your partner and helping yourself in return, but it levels everything up. So his board is looking sweet when you do all this stuff. But we're still holding on for dear life. He's still got the right amount. He's got 5. You see I'm spamming out one more Shaman. I got Priestesses I can combine. We got a rank 3 Priestess right there, which isn't the end of the world. And we're still trying to hold tight. He does have Bombardiers, which helps us out a lot. But he has so many vampires. And I was thinking right here to myself, why doesn't he combine out his vampires? Because they're not really doing anything. If you guys didn't know, when you have multiple vampires, you're only going to get a certain amount of profit. So you're only going to get the profit to which however many monsters are on your board. So because he has 2 rank 4s, a rank 3, a rank 2, and a rank 1 vampire, he's only going to get the maximum amount of mana, so they're essentially doing nothing after that. But we're at wave 34. We're starting to have a little bit of a tough time, but not really. We're holding tight. I honestly don't even remember how far we get in this game, but so far so good. I'm trying to make sure when you have the Zealot, your damage is based off of how much mana you have in the bank, right? Down in the bottom left corner there. So I'm trying to keep my mana at over 2,000 no matter what. So I wait until 2,000, and then if it takes 600 to get a new unit, I make sure that I have 2,600. But right here, they're getting right to the end of our board. I hit them with a good game. They're not going to die before we. We're not going to take him out. We're going to take an L right there, which is a little bit unfortunate because I felt like his deck was pretty good. My deck was pretty good, and I thought we could get further. But in the end, it's co-op. It was a bit of fun, and that is that. So that's going to be the end of this YouTube video, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the new update. I love playing this co-op. I'm super excited about where this game is going. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will check you guys out in tomorrow's video.